Hello, my name is Oksana. This is Amilingo.com. Yeah, today we are going to talk about past continuous, past perfect continuous, and compare these two grammatical phenomenon. Now we are making the pause while the students are gathering to today's class. Hello, Mary. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
Fine, I'm okay. How was your day? What have you been doing? Have you been busy?
Just a little. I have some meeting and I went to bank and went to shop and bake bread and learn a little.
That's very good. Today we are having a class of grammar. We are going to talk about past perfect and past perfect continuous. What is the major difference between these two tenses? Do you remember?
Um, for past perfect,
Yes.
for us, very important result of action
Result.
and
Result
result
of
of
the
action, and we use this form when we have two action. But in past perfect continuous, for us important
result.
result and how long it happens.
It was going on.
This was going on, yes,
Yes, you're
and
right.
time.
Exactly. Now we are going to refresh some grammar material and read about past perfect continuous. Here is the link for you. Click on the link and open the site.
Yes, I open.
Good, that's great. So, past perfect continuous form. Let's read about it. You're welcome.
Had been plus
Participle.
uh,
Part-
participle.
yes, ing form is the same as
Mm.
present participle. And what is past participle?
It's to second or third column.
Third colon of the irregular verb. Yeah, right. Let's read the examples.
Examples: you had been waiting you had been waiting there for more than 2 hours when she finally arrived.
Yes. Next sentence.
Had you been waiting there for more than 2 hours when she finally arrived?
Okay, next.
You had not been waiting there for more than 2 hours when she finally arrived.
Good. Do you understand these three sentences?
Yes.
Okay. Use one duration before something in the past. So let's read about it.
We use the past present continuous to show that something started in the past and continued up until another time in the past. For 5 minutes and for 2 weeks are both directions which can be used with the past perfect continuous. Notice that this is related to the present perfect continuous. However, the duration does not continue until now. It stops before something else in the past.
How do you understand this theoretical material?
In past perfect continuous, it's like present perfect continuous, but it's the action finished before other action in the past.
Yes, exactly. So this is the first usage of this tense form. Hello, Michael. How are you?
Hello.
How was your day?
Okay. Nothing interesting. I have,
Nothing special.
yeah, some meetings and something like that.
I see. Today we're talking about past perfect continuous. Do you understand the difference between these two tenses? How can you describe the difference between these two tenses?
No, maybe you can try
Okay.
to understand it.
So past perfect is the completed action in the past. And we have the result that is the most important thing for us in this tense form. And past perfect continuous indicates the process that was going on in the past, starting from one point and finishing in the other, before the other action took place in the past.
And what is the past perfect when we use it?
So past perfect is completed action before the moment in past.
If we talk about
If we compare two different actions in past, one of them started before, and yes, it is earlier, right? And the other later. So the action that was prior is indicated by means of past perfect. We've already discussed this tense form, right? Do you remember? Past perfect.
Past perfect?
Yes.
Maybe I don't remember. Maybe which day? Few days ago, yeah.
A few days ago, you're right. So can you give me an example of past perfect?
Past perfect. You have been.
Have been, you have been. This is present perfect.
Present.
And past perfect is formed by means of using had plus been plus present participle. It means ing form. For example, you. So this is past perfect continuous, right? And past perfect is formed by means of using had plus past participle, the third form of the verb. Had finished.
We use it when we need to show what is the difference between the just past simple and past perfect?
Past simple is the fact. Past perfect is the result. Past simple is the fact that took place in the past, and we just remember about it. And past perfect is the result of the action which happened before the other action in the past. Mary, can you give us an example of past perfect?
I had finished my work when somebody called me.
Called
me.
So you see, two actions are in the past, and one action was before the other. So the first action, the later action, we indicate by means of past perfect. And the action that...
Can we use it only? It's like sentence which we make from the different two sentences.
Yes,
yeah?
you're right.
But can we use it in one sentence? Like I had been in this city, something like that. Just short, not a mix of two sentences.
Yes, I understand what you are talking about.
Because
but this tense form is used to compare the actions.
Only compare, yeah.
Compare the actions. But if you want to say something in past perfect, it would not be a mistake. So you will be understood. But not correctly.
If for me important result some action, and I want to say I had visited Lower.
Yes, you're right.
It's correct. Yes,
it is correct.
It's
In this case can be used past perfect.
so it's only result that I done it.
I had done it.
I had done it.
Yes, you're right. So the usage now. Duration before something in the past. This is past perfect continuous. Let's try to do it. We've already read how to form it. And now let's read how to use it. Okay?
What about this new student? Denise.
Yes, hello, Dennis.
Maybe.
How are you? Do you hear me?
Maybe no. No. Okay. I'll try to help.
Good. So let's come back to our grammar. Use one duration before something in the past. Mary, you're welcome. We already read it, but let's try to revise it. So how do you explain this? So duration before something in the past, in your words.
Okay, we use past perfect continuous like present perfect continuous, but if the action started and finished before also in the past action.
Yes, and the examples. Let's read the examples. Mary?
They had been talking for over an hour before Tony arrived. He had been working at that company for 3 years when it went out of business.
Okay, next.
How long had you been waiting to get on the bus? Mike wanted to sit down because he had been standing all day at work.
Good.
James had been teaching at the university for more than a year before he left for Asia. How long had you been studying Turkish before you moved to Ankara?
Mm-hmm.
I had not been studying Turkish very long.
Good. Used to. Michael, you're welcome.
Okay. I used to cause of something in the past. What is the cause? Cause.
Причина чего-то в прошедшем времени.
Cause of something in the past. Okay. Using the past perfect continuous before another action in the past is a good way to show cause and effect. Examples. Jason was tired because he had been jogging.
So being jogging, that he had been jogging is the reason of why he was tired.
Mm-hmm.
Next sentence.
Okay. Sam gained weight because he had been overeating.
Yes.
Betty failed the final test because she had not been attending class.
Yes. Good. Thank you. Next, Mary.
Past continuous and past perfect continuous. If you do not include a duration, such of 4 or 5 minutes for 2 weeks or since Friday, many English speakers choose to use the past continuous rather than the past perfect continuous. Be careful because this can change the meaning of the sentence. Past continuous emphasizes interrupt action, where past perfect continuous emphasize a direction of time before something in the past. Study the examples before to understand the difference.
Thank you. Let's read the examples. Michael, you're welcome.
He was tired because he was exercising so hard.
Yes, so this sentence emphasizes that he was tired because he was exercising at that exact moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the next sentence, he was
tired because he had been exercising
so hard. So in this sentence, the emphasis is that he was tired because he had been exercising over a period of time. It is possible that he was still exercising at the moment, or that he had just finished. So can you feel the difference between past continuous and past perfect continuous? Mary, what's the difference?
Difference in the time. So he can exercise a lot of time before he was tired. And in the first, he exercised maybe in this day, so it's like result now.
Yes, you're right. Good. So let's remember non-continuous verbs and mixed verbs. Mary, you're welcome to read.
It's important to remember that non-continuous verbs cannot be used in any continuous tenses.
So what are the non-continuous verbs?
It's like feeling.
Feelings, yes. Emotions, feelings.
Sensitive verbs, yes.
Verbs of sense and perception, you're right. So they are to appear, to have, to hear, to look, to miss, to see, to smell, to taste, to think, to weigh, to be, and so on, right?
We can say I look in.
Yes.
Can't? Yes.
Yes.
Also, certain not continuous meanings for mixed verbs cannot be used in continuous tenses. Instead of using past perfect continuous with three verbs,
These verbs,
you must use past perfect.
For example,
the motorcycle had been belonging to George for years before Tina bought it. It's not correct. The motorcycle had belonged to George for years before Tina bought it.
It is correct. Thank you. Adverb placement. So, Michael, you're welcome.
Adverb placement. The examples below show the placement of, for grammar, adverbs such as always, only, never, ever, still, just, etc. Example. You had only been waiting there for a few minutes when she arrived. Had you only been waiting there for a few minutes when she arrived?
Yes, so I suppose that it is clear, right?
Yes.
So this tense form can be both active and passive. For example, Mary, let's read the examples.
Chef Jones had been preparing the restaurant's fantastic dinners for 2 years before he moved to Paris. The restaurant's fantastic dinners had been being prepared by Chef Jones for 2 years before he moved to Paris.
Yes, well done. So that let's note that passive forms of past perfect continuous are not common. We do not often use them, right? And sometimes they sound a little bit strange. Do you agree?
I agree. I agree that past perfect continuous not very common.
Past perfect continuous, yes.
so early or rarely use this form.
You're right. Now the exercises. So exercise 14, present perfect, past perfect, present perfect continuous, and past perfect continuous. Let's try to do it. Good. So Mary, you're welcome. Start,
We
please.
have another student.
Yes. Hello, how are you? Do you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, where are you from?
Sorry, I am Amin. I'm from Algeria.
Algeria, okay.
I want to learn English.
Could you please introduce yourself?
Sorry.
Could you please introduce yourself? Tell your name.
My name Amin.
Amin.
I have 22 old years. I'm from Algeria and I am student.
I see.
I want to speak English very good.
Very well.
Yeah.
That's great. Today we are talking about past perfect and past perfect continuous. Do you know these grammatical forms? These tense forms?
Some because
How do we form past perfect?
I don't know. Sorry.
Can you give us an example of past perfect?
Maybe it's easy to show the example because it's hard to try to imagine something in the past perfect time.
I had already read the book when he came.
But we can just see it short, like a form.
Yes, had plus past participle for the third column of the verb. Do you remember?
Yeah. Past, participle, futures.
This is past perfect.
Okay.
Good. So now we are trying to do the exercise. Follow the link. So Mary, you're welcome the first.
13, yes, exercise.
14.
14. Oh. 14, okay. It's already 9:30 p.m. and I wait here for over an hour. If John doesn't get here in the next few minutes, I'm going to leave. I think it's past perfect continuous, yes?
Present perfect. Have been.
Oh,
It's already 9:30 p.m. and I have been waiting here for over an hour.
have been. Okay. We have present and past. Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Present perfect, past perfect, present perfect continuous, and past perfect continuous. So if it is, we use present perfect, right?
I said about past perfect.
It was. So here we've got more tense forms, and it can be a little bit difficult, but let's try to do it. Good. Next, Michael.
Okay. I was really angry at John yesterday. By the time he finally arrived, I had waiting.
Had been waiting.
Have been waiting.
Had been waiting for over an hour. I almost left without him. Right. Next exercise. Next sentence number 3. Yes. Amin. Right.
I want to type. Did you hear the band was friend? last month he has work for that important company for more than 10 years, and he work he work in a month every different nobody know the company like he did.
Yes, so in the first case, what tense form do we use?
He
Had been working. He had been working for that company for more than 10 years, and he had worked in almost every department. Nobody knew the company like he did.
In the first part, have been working, and
Had been,
in the
and
second,
in the second part, had worked.
I put
In the second part, it is result, and in the first part, it is the process, the long action.
process it's continuous. Okay.
Yes, and the result had worked.
I put hair ban or
Good.
I put her had the ban work for the important company.
In the first part, yes.
Okay, next sentence. Let's go on.
Are you try?
Yes, you can.
Is the next sentence.
Mary, you're welcome.
I had seen many pictures of the pyramids before I went to Egypt. Pictures of the monuments are very misleading. The pyramids are actually are actually quite small. I think it's past perfect.
Past perfect, you're right. Number 5, Michael.
Number 5, Sarah climbed. What is a climb?
Climb.
Climb. What is it?
Ползти.
Okay.
Up.
Climb up, выходить, вылезать на что-то.
In the mountain.
Okay. Okay. Maybe Sarah had been climbed.
So is this the result or is this the process?
Result.
So if it is result, what tense form should we use?
Past perfect.
And if it is in present? And the result is important. Present perfect, right? Sarah has climbed.
But
the Matterhorn.
Okay. Why we use present now?
So this is the completed action in present. So this is not in the past. We do not compare two actions. Do you agree, Mary?
We have next sentence. She is.
So it shows us that it is present tense form. You're right.
No, she is
such an adventurous person.
Yes, I understand. No, because
if it was she was,
we talk about she now, but
it was had. It would be had.
Clean fail. It was in the past, yes.
Yes, but according to the sequence of tenses, we should use present perfect and present simple.
Present perfect. Okay.
If we have present simple, we should use present perfect.
Okay.
Sarah has climbed the Matterhorn.
Climbed.
Yes, climbed.
Mhm.
Climbed. Sailed around the world and went and gone on safari, right?
Yeah. But we need to use have only one.
Only once. Only once.
Mhm.
Okay. She is such an adventurous person.
Okay.
Good. Next, number 6. Emin.
Yeah. Sarah climbed.
Sarah has climbed. We have already done it.
No, next. Sarah climbed.
Sarah. Okay. Yes.
6. Sarah climbed. Sorry, I'm very. I'm
It's
very
hard
out.
for you.
Very out for the because I.
It is difficult for you, right?
Yeah, it sounds difficult.
So Mary, try to do it.
Sarah had climbed.
Climbed. Had climbed.
And the Matterhorn sailed around the world and gone on safari in Kenya. By the time she turned 25, she she had experience.
She had experienced more
More
by the
age than most people do it their
entire
lives.
What does it mean, entire lives?
I think all lives.
Yes, exactly. You're right. Thank you. Michael, number 7.
Maybe try to do it.
Try to do it.
Thank you. 1 million
Came
into
the office yesterday.
Yesterday, her
eyes were red,
and
watery.
I think she had been crying.
She had been crying.
She has been crying. Yeah.
Yes.
Crying or cry?
Had been crying.
Crying.
Okay.
Crying. Yes. What tense form is it?
The form
past perfect.
Past perfect, future
Continuous.
Yeah.
Past perfect continuous. Yes, thank you. Well done. Good of you. So verb tenses, exercise 15.
Yeah.
Let's try to do it. Here is the link. So verb tense, exercise 15, present continuous, simple past, present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous. Good. Using the words in parentheses, complete the text below and with the appropriate tenses, then click check button to check all the answers. So let's try to do it. Mary, start please.
My English is really getting better. I try to learn the English since 1985, but only recently have I been able to make some real progress. Progress.
Progress, yes.
I think I
is really getting better, so I
trying.
have been trying.
Have yes,
Have been trying.
present perfect
Present
continuous.
perfect continuous. Yeah.
I have been
Have been trying.
trying.
Good. Next sentence, Michael.
By the time I started high school in 1988, I studied the language for almost 3 years. However,
So started, this is past simple. If past simple, we use what tense form? We cannot use present perfect. We should use what tense form?
I say something like past simple.
Past
Studied.
perfect. Past perfect. So I had been studying the language for. If we have for, it indicates that we should use one of the perfect tenses. We have started in the first part, that indicates that it is past. If past, we cannot use present perfect, so we should use past perfect. And which one? Past perfect continuous or past perfect simple? Past perfect continuous, because the action was in process. Right? Do you agree?
I had been studying the language almost 3 years.
Studying the language for almost 3 years.
I was only able to introduce myself and utter a few memorized sentences.
Yes. Good. Well done. Thank you, Amin.
The language for almost 3 years. However,
for a couple more years.
However, I was only about to introduce.
Maybe you read not right sentence because you open new document.
Yes. Next sentence, please.
Next sentence. For a couple more years.
Well, I don't.
Number 3. Sentence number 3. For a couple more years. Do you see it? I struggled.
More years. I
struggled through grammar and vocabulary lessons,
which model
made me absolutely no difference.
Nothing work. So I did.
What tense form should we use here?
Sorry?
What tense form should we use here?
Who knows?
Struggled. This is past.
What is the struggle? I don't know. What is it?
Бороться.
Sorry, I don't know.
Struggle means to fight. Okay. Next sentence, Mary, you're welcome.
In previous sentence, it's continuous, past perfect continuous. Yes.
Struggled? No, past simple. I struggled.
Past simple.
Yes, I struggled through grammar, vocabulary lessons for a couple more years. We have the indication of time. Couple more years. Yes. Okay. Next sentence. I found
an
exchange program
in England that sounded like a perfect answer. I stay with a host family for 1 month. It was a huge disappointment. Okay. I stayed.
Sat.
Stayed.
The whole time staring. So I sit. What should we use here?
Maybe past simple.
Past simple. Sat. Yes, I sat. They
I
are the
sat.
whole time staring at the host mother and father, hoping that there would be some
Oh,
breakthrough.
I'm not read this sentence yet.
Okay, you're welcome.
I sit there the whole time staring at the host mother and father, hoping that there would be some
Breakthrough.
breakthrough. Nothing.
Breakthrough. What does it mean?
Oh, it's like, I don't know, maybe time out.
Прорыв. Breakthrough. But nothing happened. So what tense form should we use here?
It's continuous form.
Set. It is past simple.
Past simple.
Past simple. Okay.
Okay.
Do you understand why?
No, I think about whole time, so it's a long period of time.
So yes, you're right, but in this case, it can also be a fact that I said. Я сидел. In this case, we emphasize not the process, but the fact that it happened in the past.
Okay.
So it is difficult to differentiate between these two tenses. If I were you, I would also say past continuous. So because we have got 4, right? The whole time. Not 4, but the whole time. But we do not have 4.
It's
We don't
like
have
mark.
Whole time. Все время, the whole time. So it is more the mark of the period of time in the past. The fact, right? Okay, the next one. Amin?
When I
Returned.
I meant to our friend that I have problem with the language for years. To a friend that I have problem. That's it.
Yes.
I have the problem. That's the verb.
So when I returned, I mentioned to a friend that I had been.
Okay.
Had been having problems with the language for years. He commented
that I spent
a year
in years in English-speaking
countries.
I
decided
to go
abroad again. Researched
exchange for program for a
couple
of
weeks.
for a week, and
Finally
decided on a school in the
United States. So researched it is past simple. Okay. Next sentence, Mary, you're welcome.
Okay. Well, sentence, yes. Well, it worked. I lived and studied in the US for more than 2 years. I stay here for at last another years before I return home. By then, I should be completely fluent. I
Yes.
I lived.
Have been.
Oh, have been.
Living.
Have been.
Mm-hmm. I have been living.
Now we have present time.
Yes, I understand this, the sequence of tenses.
I can't found present time.
Have been living. The same.
When before I return home, past time.
Yes.
Why we should use present?
So, if I wrote this exercise, I would say that we should write had, past perfect.
Well, it worked.
Worked, yes.
Past.
It should be perfect here.
Perfect.
Perfect,
Past.
past perfect, continuous. But,
Okay.
yes.
I had been living. Yes.
I have been living.
And
Yes. Studying. Yes.
Studying
Mm-hmm.
For more than 2 years. I had been staying here for the last another. Also, it's past perfect continuous.
I was staying here. But they say it should be I am staying here for at least another year before. You see, so in this, it is the connection between the present and the past. So this action is still going on. It is not referred to the past. So in the second part of the sentence, we have got present. So I am.
But
staying here for another year before I return, вернусь, возвращаюсь.
Вернулся.
Return, not returned, but return, вернусь.
Okay.
Домой. By then I should be completely fluent. So in this case, when we have present, so we can say that have been living and studying.
But well, it worked.
It worked. So, but we do not take into account this sentence. We take into account the the last one. Yes, I know it is very difficult and very complicated. So sometimes it is very difficult to understand. But at least we have to try to do it. Good.
Yes, I understand.
Here is one more link, and this link is connected with small talk. Just to relax, we are going to listen to the dialogue and act it out. Good? And read it later.
What are you doing this weekend?
I'm not sure. What are you doing?
I was thinking of maybe taking a drive to the beach.
That sounds like a great idea.
Would you be interested in joining me?
Sure, I'd love to go with you. When would you be leaving?
I thought that we could leave around 8 on Saturday morning.
That would give us plenty of time to explore. Did you know that there's a music festival on the beach in Santa Barbara?
That was part of my plan.
Well, then I'll see you on Saturday. Thanks for asking me to go with you.
Okay, do you like this dialogue?
Yes.
Let's read it. Michael, Mary, you're welcome.
What are you doing this weekend?
I'm not sure. What are you doing?
I was thinking of maybe taking a drive to the beach.
That sounds like a great idea.
Would you be interested in joining me?
Sure, I would love to go with you. When you would like to be leaving?
I thought that we could leave around 8 on Saturday morning.
That would give us plenty of time to explore. Did you know that there is a music festival on the beach in Santa Barbara?
That was part of my plan. That was part of my plan.
Well, then I will see you on Saturday. Thanks for asking me to go with you.
Yes, thank you. So, Amin, where is past continuous in this sentence?
Look, I have. Sorry, because I don't for the. Look, I have a pen to take for the Chris.
You cannot open the site, right?
Okay.
Can you try to do it once more?
Okay. What are you doing?
Okay, maybe on the next exercise, I mean, try to do it.
Okay, let's listen to it.
Do you have any plans for the weekend? I haven't given it much thought. What were you thinking of doing?
I was planning on taking a trip up the coast to the beach.
What a perfect thing to do on a beautiful weekend.
Would you like to come along?
I think I would enjoy that a lot. When would we leave?
Saturday morning around 8.
Good. That would get us there with time to look around. There's a music festival in Santa Barbara on the beach that day.
Yes! I was hoping to be able to go to the festival.
I am so glad we talked. Thank you for inviting me to the beach with you.
Okay, Amin and Mary, you're welcome to read.
Okay, let's start.
What are you going this one?
Okay, I haven't given it much thought. What were you thinking of doing?
I was thinking of maybe take a drive to the beach.
Second dialogue.
Dialogue number 2.
Next.
Next dialogue, yes.
Do
Can
you
you open
have many plans for the weekend?
I haven't given it much thought. What were you thinking of doing?
I was planning of take a trip. Yep, the cost to the beach.
What a perfect thing to do on the beautiful weekend.
Would you like to come along?
I think I would enjoy that a lot. When would we leave?
Saturday morning around 18 o'clock.
Good, that would get us there with time to look around. There is a music festival in Santa Barbara on the beach that day.
Yes, I was hoping to be free to go to the
festival.
The festival.
I'm so glad we talked. Thank you for inviting me to the beach with you.
Okay, thank you. Well done. Good job. And one more dialogue.
Have you thought about what you might like to do this weekend?
I have no idea. Do you have any ideas?
If the weather stays nice, I'd like to go to the beach.
That would be a good choice. The weather has been great for the beach.
Why don't you come with me?
Hey, that would be perfect. What time are you leaving?
I think that Saturday morning around 8 would work out well.
Santa Barbara has a music festival on the beach that day. We would have enough time to drop in and see it.
Yes, I knew the festival would be there and was looking forward to going to it.
I am really looking forward to Saturday. Thank you for letting me go with you.
Okay. Who wants to be the first to read? Who wants to read this dialogue?
I will.
Okay, Michael and Amin, right? You're welcome.
Have you thought about what you might like to do this weekend?
I have no idea. Do you have any idea?
If the weather stays nice, I would like to go to the beach.
That would be a good choice. The weather has been great for the beach.
Why don't you come with me?
Hi, that would be perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. What time are you leaving?
I think that Saturday morning around 8 o'clock would work out well.
Santa Barbara
Barbara?
has a music
Festival?
festival on the beach. That's day we would have angle time
Enough time to drop?
to drop in the and
See it.
Yes, I knew the festival would be there and was looking forward to going to it.
I am really looking for the Saturday. Thank you for letting me go with you.
Good. Thank you for that good reading. And now I'd like you to make a conclusion of today's class. Mary, what did you like? What was interesting?
It was difficult lesson. About time, because it's a very difficult time. We not often use this time, and this time can be useful for us when we maybe will be pass some exam in English. So it's important in this case to learn this time.
Yes, thank you.
Times form.
You're right, thank you. Great. Michael, what about you? Any ideas about today's class?
I agree with Mary.
Thank you. Amin, what do you think? Was it interesting for you to participate?
It's good. It's beautiful. I'm happy for this application because it's the first time when I learn in online. It's beautiful. I think. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I invite you to my future classes and have a good rest. And that's all for today. See you tomorrow.
See you.
See
Thank
you.
you.
Bye bye.
See you.
Thank you for that.